Hey everybody, Andrew Morgan here from the Cyber Call and the Cyber Nation, joined with CISO of Perch, Wes Spencer. Wes, how are you?
I'm doing awesome.
Awesome to see you. And Zach Duke, CEO of Finisec. Zach, great to have you with us.
Thanks for having me.
Awesome. So, hey, we're going to just take a few minutes here to talk about something that I got from a managed service provider on a banking client they have. But those of you that may not know Zach, I've known Zach for a long time. He spent 17 years growing one of the largest MSPs that focuses on banks in the country, and then started his own business. You're going to hear a lot from Zach in our group in 2021. So excited about that. He knows just a touch about banks. Another guy that knows a lot about banks is former CIO of a bank, Wes Spencer. So Wes, here's the question I got coming out of the cyber call the other day. Obviously, Orion, SolarWinds breach is on everybody's mind, or compromise. Question I got is, hey, Andrew, as an MSP, I feel like I'm okay. Don't have SolarWinds, check things out. But a client of mine's a bank. And the software service provider, commonly known as the core, they use Orion. Can you look into your contacts and maybe see what I should be doing? What should I be telling the bank? How do I approach this? I couldn't think of two other people to really get on a video and talk about this. So Wes, to you first.
Yeah. So, Andrew, what we're really talking about is something that banks call third-party risk management, not just banks, other organizations too. And this is something that I think a lot of MSPs, if I can just be fair and honest, I think not all, but a lot of MSPs have kind of left that down on the roadside and haven't really picked that up because it's something that's not revenue generating, but it will come back to bite you in situations like this. And so let me kind of explain what I mean by that. So this is not the first time that this has happened, and it won't be the last time where there's some kind of third-party vulnerability or disclosure or something like that. And we have to know, wait a second, how does that affect me? And potentially, how does it affect my clients? So another good example was with Spectre and Meltdown hit. We had a lot of our enterprise clients at Perch reaching out to us saying, hey, Perch, what's your vulnerability to Spectre and Meltdown? Are you aware of it? What have you done? And it was very simple for me because we had a prepared statement. I was able to send it, and it included, hey, reach out to me if you have questions. But my point is this: how do those enterprises know to reach out to Perch? We're probably 1 out of 1,000 or 2,000 vendors that they have. Well, the reason is because in a third-party risk management program, one of the things that you're going to do is ask this question. Every vendor I have, do they store, process, or transmit my information? And what kind of information and how much? It's a very simple set of questions, but it pays off in dividends because in times like this, we have to go back and reach out. Do I want to go focus on my landscaping vendor with Orion? Probably not. Do I want to go focus on my core banking provider? Absolutely, I do. But not just my core banking provider. Even going back to that statement from the MSP, Andrew, that you just made, it's not just the core provider. There's probably others that you'd want to ask that same question to. And so, Zach, I feel like that's a big piece of it, is having a third-party risk management program that does know the answer of who that list of vendors are, and do they store, process, and transmit that information, so I can at least begin there. But Zach, what are your thoughts on this?
Yeah, so there's a couple of things we're talking with our banking customers. So number one, we're telling them they need to reach out to every vendor, to your point, Wes, that has access to customer information, and ask them, did they have this implemented? And they need a response from that vendor. I think there's a secondary component to this, and this is really where Finisec and our platform ties in, which is all around governance and proving compliance, is they have to document what they do as well. So as an institution, they can't just say, hey, I reached out to everybody. They have to go through a process of making sure they have an incident log, they have a response plan. If there's a vendor that uses this in a case that it's a third-party vendor, they need to have a exception tracking process to be able to validate that. And there are some unique challenges as you look at the regulatory space of making sure that they are documenting that. I also think as a service provider, as a technology solution provider, you actually have a unique opportunity to also change the game. So first off, I'd say you can send out a response to this to your customers and highlight for them, did you have it? Did you not? What's your plan of action? And I think organizationally, it also just raises this dynamic of a unique opportunity to think of the future. unfortunately, this isn't the first time. This isn't going to be the last time. This is going to be a status quo dynamic. It pains me to say that. It's almost like I want to go take a shower after I say that, but that's the world we live in, right? And as an organization, you need to start thinking about what happens if a tool that you use that has access to your customers is compromised. And it's on every single machine that they have. And how do you respond in that event? So I think it's really twofold. It's proving it and then getting a plan for the future. I think there could be some people that are watching this and saying, man, I missed that. I think that's a miss.
Interesting. Hey, Zach, you know our friend Gary Pica, and one of the things you just said, man, I just thought about Gary immediately. Like, what a great message from like almost a challenger sale. Like, if I have prospects that are banks right now, as an example, or regulated, boy, don't I want to be saying, hey, just wanted to reach out to you. Did you do this? Did you do this? Did you do this? This is what we're doing with our clients. How are you guys going about it? So I'm really glad you brought that piece up, because that's the wedge and the thought leadership that you can start to bring as an MSP to your clients.
It's spot on. And also think of the customer's perspective. How do you make it easy for them to take that data and apply it? Remember, they got to document it. Maybe that email you send them, you think of, hey, just copy paste here. Wouldn't that be awesome? You're helping them out.
Right. Excellent. Well, we're excited. Like I said, Zach, really excited to have you. You and I haven't talked in a while, but we'll be having you a lot involved in 2021. Really appreciate you coming on here. Wes, as always, awesome to get your perspective. We'll get this recording on out to everybody, and we hope we help the community on out. So with that, happy holidays to everybody. Have a great day.
Thanks.